Was board one. Okay, thank you. Um, uh, so we'll start off. Board one. North has a nice normal one diamond opener, 12 points, good six card suit, very clear opener. East can think about bidding, but it's don't have a five card suit to overcall. You can't really double with only two small clubs. And you're about a couple of points shy anyway. So East should pass over a diamond. Hopefully we all did that. South makes their normal one spade overcall. Again, West can consider bidding here. They do have the other two suits, but it's about a queen light for making a takeout double here. You have the right shape, but it's about a queen light. And similarly, two clubs is worthy of consideration, but it's a little bit light. If you bid two clubs, that's fine. If you said double, that's fine. But I think this one's just a pass. So we'll stick you with pass. If you'd said double here, it doesn't affect the auction that much. Well, it does, but North rebids their diamonds. Uh, East still has to say pass. South has 9 points, so opposite a simple rebid by partner, you shouldn't really be thinking about game too much. The diamond fit isn't too great. You don't want to consider rebidding. You shouldn't rebid a five card suit anyway, but if you're going to, it better not be queen empty fifth high. So South should pass. Now West has the other two suits. They're about to play two diamonds. We don't like the opponents playing low level contracts when we can avoid it unless we think it's bad for them. They haven't promised a fit here. The South hand could have no diamonds and have to pass two diamonds. So it's not a situation where you want to be as aggressive as when they bid and raised a suit. That one you want to be more aggressive in making a reopening double. But here it's okay. You've got the other two suits, you've got some values. If they're on a horrendous misfit, maybe partner has a bunch of diamonds and can pass. But we want to double here. That shows the other two suits, at least 4-4. You didn't double right over a spade, so you're somewhat limited. So I would say about 8 to 11, 8 to 12 points on 4-4 in the other two suits. So this is an ideal hand for that kind of reopening action. Well, you'd like to have a stiff diamond, but you don't. North has nothing to say. East has a nice-ish hand, but once you've started with a pass the first time and your partner's passed, you just want to stay as low as you can with a fit. There's no reason to jump around just because you have 9 points. When you're in this kinds of situation, one person tends to be bidding the points for both hands, and then you concentrate on finding the right fit. So if you're in a part score situation, don't worry about jumping around too much. It's a bit different than if it went if it went to diamond double pass and you held the East cards. This is a hand you'd want to make a jump bid, like two hearts or two spades. It's that strong. But you don't want to do it opposite a reopening balancing double. So they bid two hearts. South bidding three diamonds here might not be too bad, but sometimes North has to rebid a five card suit. You're not sure. And so we stick with pass. West has pass. North shouldn't be bidding here. I don't think. They've still got a six card only suit. It still could be a really bad misfit. Um, just sell out to two hearts. Three diamonds wouldn't be too bad, but I think selling out to two hearts. Okay, so that was about it. The big one here is this is what a reopening double looks like. It's the same kind of shape as a normal takeout double, but a little bit lighter. All right, on the defense. Leading your partner suit is a good idea. So seven of diamonds isn't too bad, but I like leading the ace of clubs here. There was an old article in a bridge world where the bridge gods dealt you the ace king for a reason. So leading the ace of clubs is fine because it might be a hand where you can see that a diamond at trick two is completely the wrong play. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But if you play the ace of clubs, you can control the defense. So that's a good thing. Ace of clubs, low. North should be giving count here. If they had 10-2 of clubs, they should play the 10. Or they should high-low from a doubleton here. So here they play the 2. And East follows suit. So now South knows that partner would have high if we trust our partner, we know that they can't have 2 clubs. They would have high load. They might have 1. It's pretty unlikely on this auction, but they don't have 2. So let's not set up tricks for the declarer. Let's try and get our own tricks. Now let's play a diamond here. Linda had a point in her original write-up. You want to be taking a diamond finesse. You want to try and get entries to your hand. She wants to play the jack of diamonds here. Not so much because you're trying to force the ace or the queen, but I'll show you what happens. Is they win the ace of diamonds, and they come back a diamond. Now you can take the finesse and remain in your hand. I don't know if I can rewind, but if you didn't play the jack of diamonds, you'd be winning this in dummy, and that's not where you want to be. Our general plan here is we're going to take a heart finesse. We're going to lead towards our clubs. If originally you counted the losers, there was 1 spade, 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 2 clubs. We might be able to get rid of this spade. They need to attack it. All right. So
You
they
do
went
have
ace of
an
diamonds,
undo
diamond.
button, Mike, right? You have an undo button.
Oh, there's there. I could do that. Okay.
Yeah, in case you wanted to.
Let's keep on going. No, that's fine. Away undos. Okay, I'll get to that. All right, so that Declare's done that. So North now knows who has the king of diamonds. And if they've counted, they know that their partner and obviously dummy are both out. So when Declare tries the heart finesse, because who knows, sometime. Are we okay? Okay. So the point here is when they win the king, you don't want to, there's no rush to cash a club. You want to make sure that they can't pitch the 2 of spades away on the king of diamonds. And the way to do that is play a diamond, they'll play the king. Now partner roughs. Is this gonna work? No. Yeah, okay. Nah, this isn't gonna quite work. Okay. Then Declare draws trump. Well, declares to draw trumps. Declare should play a club while they still have a trump entry in dummy. Okay. And we'll try a spade. But now we can go to dummy, and we get a little lucky with the clubs that they're 3-3 and end up pitching all our spades away on the clubs. All right, let me go back on the play a little. Where So the point that Linda had in the original write-up, I don't know if I kept it, is that she wanted you to unblock the jack of diamonds so that you're in the right hand if the defense comes back a diamond. However, actually what the defense had to do is they had to play a spade early before declarer draws trumps and either sets up a spade pitch on the king of diamonds or pitch all of these 3 spades away on those 3 clubs once the ace king are gone. So after a diamond to the ace, maybe North should shift to the king of spades. They know that their partner doesn't have the king of diamonds on this auction. There's no rush for the club. So if they shift to the king of spades, now Declare wins. They try their heart finesse. Doesn't work. Now they can cash a spade. And they'll get the king of clubs after this. That'll be it. Declare needs to make sure that if they come back a spade, Declare needs to make sure they ruff this because this hand could over rough. But now this hand is pretty much good. They'll have to hook the diamond again. So the best defense on this holds it to 2. If it was played in a few tables, I would not be surprised to see a lot of 140s and hearts. Let's go back all the way to the front. The main lesson on this one is she wanted to show that when the opponents are in a low level contract, points tend to be divided pretty equally. So if they've got something that looks like a fit, we probably have a fit. Double when you have the unbid suits becomes very attractive. If they played 3 diamonds, like let's pretend South bid 3 diamonds here. Not that unreasonable. The West hand certainly shouldn't bid 3 hearts. They've said what they said when they said double. Great. We found a 4-4 heart fit, we hope. Sometimes partner has to scramble and do something. But West has spoken their piece when they say two heart when they've said double. So, and you see this a lot. The West hand bidding 3 hearts is saying the same, repeating the same story that they've done before. So don't do that. Pass, pass. East hand, this would not be the world's worst 3 heart bid, but the king of diamonds, that's going to be pretty valuable on offense instead of defense. You've pushed them up a level. That's the goal of these balancing doubles, is to push them up a level. Once you've done that, generally back off. You've done your job. You've made life more difficult to them for them. It's the depressing part is most of the time it doesn't. You push them from 2 spades making 3 to 3 spades making 3. But that 15% of the time where they were in 2 spades making 2, and now you've pushed them into a contract that isn't making, or they let you play something that's making. Those are why you balance. It doesn't work on every hand, but it's that extra little edge that, especially at match points, it just pays off a lot. If they played 3 diamonds, West should lead the Jack of Hearts here. You don't want to get speculative with the other ones. This promises the 10. You might have the king. If you're going to lead from King Jack 10, you lead the Jack. And then Declare, I'll just run through it. Declarer has to lose the Ace of Spades. They have to lose the Ace of Hearts. They have to lose 2 diamond tricks. The defense has to get around to leading clubs at some point. Otherwise, Declare can rough their spades good. But they've got a lot of time to do that. So, like, let's pretend we do this. They do that. We return a heart because partner might have the king. King of spades. We should win that with the ace. This isn't one the 10 might be a valuable card. I like giving count as much as the next person, but the 10's too valuable to give count here, so just play the 2. So even if we played the 10 of hearts, Declare's probably just going to hook a diamond anyway. Interestingly, if they do try and rough spades before drawing trumps, you want to rough this as high as possible. That'll set up a trick for you. Anyway, in the end, they'll take 2 diamonds, a club, and the 2 major aces. So if you sold out to 2 diamonds, they should certainly make 2. If you doubled, you either play 2 hearts, making 2 or 3, or you've pushed them to 3 diamonds, and that's down 1. So that's the advantage of not letting them settle in what probably is a comfortable contract, even though they haven't explicitly said there's a fit. If you've got the 2 unbid suits, try not to let them buy it at a low level. To take an extreme example. There was a comment by an expert way back when. I never win a tournament by letting the opponents play 2 diamonds. That's a bit extreme, but you get the general principle. You don't like them being happy. And okay. All right.
Nice. Hey, Mike,
So
what's a hook?
I'm sorry.
What's a hook?
Hook is a finesse. I'm sorry. I thought that was a common enough. Yeah, it's just another word. Maybe it's British. I don't know. But hook. Hook is a finesse. So,
Very-
so in this case, the diamonds, after the ace of diamonds is gone, you're hooking the queen of diamonds to take the king 10 if you were playing it in hearts. I don't think I used that when I did the write-up, but if I did and it wasn't understandable, I'm sorry.
All good, just might be a new term to some.
Yeah, of course. So it's got to be a new term for somebody at some point. So okay. All right. Any comments on that one? All right. Let's go on to board 3 was the next one. It was a lesson hand. Okay. So south hand. This is an interesting one for an opening bid. You only have 11 high card. You do have a doubleton. The fact that you've all of your high cards are aces and kings is good, and it's especially good that the ace and the king are together. The ace king is 2 tricks. If it was like ace XX of spades and king 10 fifth of hearts instead, that's not as good a hand. You might still open it, but this is better for it's better when 2 honors are linked together and not short. So I think this would Linda thought, and I think this is an opening bid. So we'll start with 1 heart. West passes. The north hand, evaluating this, you have 9 points and a doubleton. So you can count it as 10, but the jack of diamonds is in the short suit. So it's not a real 10. So I don't, it's not a limit raise. It should just be the values for a single raise. Now, a lot of players think that the response here is 1 spade. The problem with 1 spade is you're gonna make a minimum rebid the next time. And then partner won't know you have 3 hearts. You might find a spade fit by bidding a spade, but if you don't, it's gonna be you can get back to the heart fit, but partner. So I'll give an example auction. This doesn't reflect on this hand, but if you bid a spade, partner bid 2 clubs. Well, now or 2 diamonds. Now, if you bid 2 hearts, that should only be 2 hearts. If you bid a spade, you deny 3 card or longer heart support, unless you've got a really good hand. So, point of that is this hand, you want to let your partner know you've got 3+ points, 3+ hearts and 6 to 10 points right away. You don't worry about the spade fit. I don't even want to get into backing into the spade fit. Once you know you have a fit, it's a good idea to let your partner know it too, and then they can evaluate. So 2 hearts. This east hand is pretty close to an ideal double here. It looks very similar to a hand where you would have doubled a 1 heart opening bid. You should have 4 cards in spades. You should have 3 cards in or longer in clubs and diamonds. And ideally, you'd be short in hearts. But the principle is once they've shown a fit, we probably have a fit. If our hand is good enough, we should get in here. Because you're at the 2 level and you're the first person to act, I think you should be a little stronger than the criteria for a double right over the opening bid because you're committing to the 2 level as opposed to the 1 level. There is a school of thought that because they've been at a fit, we're not showing any extra values, but standard is the double is a little stronger than a first seat takeout double. Anyway, we say double here. South passes. Now this is so West has 4 cards in both minors. So one of the principles of the lesson on this hand is if they've bid a suit and raised it, we almost certainly don't want to play 2-no trump. So given that 2-no trump should be what's called scrambling, I don't know where I want to play it. I've got 2 choices of playing it. I know we don't it would deny spades here. So 2-no here would just say, look, I don't know where I want to play it. It's probably 4-4 in the minors. Please, let's scramble and try and find our fit. Our goal after we've made one of these takeout doubles like East is trying to find where our fit is. We could guess to bid 3 clubs, but as you can see, 3 clubs on the 4-3 is nowhere near as good as 3 diamonds on the 4-4. You need to use 2-no as a scrambling bid to do that. Just so you know, that one is actually an alert. So, scrambling. So the 2-no bids are just help. Let's please try and find a fit. I haven't found one yet. All right. Okay. All right, pass. And East has a preference for diamonds. So they do that. Pass, pass. The law of total tricks here says we should only bid 3 hearts when we have a 4-card suit. So saying pass is fine. If we bid 3 hearts, I'll get to that in a bit, but as a rule of thumb, you just bid 3 hearts only when you have 4 there. All right. So how's the play go in 3 diamonds? South, same principle as board 1. We could lead the suit that our partner has raised, but it's a very bad suit. And partner, we've got the ace king. So we lead the ace of spades. Low spade, partner says low. Low. And so I should have fixed these club spots, but not clear what to do. Club tricks probably aren't going away, but I probably would have shifted to that. So low. They know the 8 of clubs is high. So let's play low queen. All right. Now we want to get to dummy. We want to lead towards these king queen of diamonds. I know that the jack of diamonds is doubleton, so if you just plunk down the king, it works. But if you'd switched these, like you switch the ace of jack of diamonds and put the ace of hearts over here, then we wanted to lead towards the diamonds. We certainly want to lead to diamonds as much as we can. So we'll play a heart to the king, an ace, and they'll come back a club for argument's sake. So now this can go away on the jack and queen and jack of hearts, but we can't get there. Actually, let's do no, let's play it this way first. I'll do an alternate line in a second. So we can do the jack of hearts. We might try and sneak the 10 of spades by them. Maybe this person is falling asleep and doesn't think the partner has a higher spade. So they might play low, but they should try the king just in case of the actual layout. Now they'll have to give you an entry to dummy, either with a spade. Oh, the club went away anyway. If they played a spade back, sorry, 10 of spades and king. If they played a spade back, even though your queen jack of spades are good, you should actually rough this in dummy, because that's how we're getting to dummy. Now the club goes away. Now the south hand has shown up with the ace king of spades. They didn't have the ace of hearts. They didn't have the king of clubs. they've got to have the ace of diamonds. So you want to float the 10 of diamonds here. If it was Jack third in the north hand, then floating the 10 of diamonds would get here. It doesn't matter because the Jack of diamonds is doubleton. But you wanted to do that's counting points. That's an advanced declare skill. But all right, so they win the ace of diamonds, and there we are. Now our hand's good, and we made 3. Great. Yeah, that was about it. So let's get back to the start of the hand. Sorry. So let's just make another couple of points here. So if stop. Let's undo some more. So if we played 2-no trump, the West had if it went a heart double pass, this would be an okay 1-no trump bid. But as I said, once they bid and raised hearts, it's going to be unattractive to play 2-no trump. If you play 2-no trump, they should attack hearts. Let's even get the diamonds out of the way. But then they clear the hearts. And the declarer is going to take 3 diamonds and 2 clubs from here. And that'll be it. And that's with them taking the club finesse. So 2-no trump will be down 1. And that's with the Jack of diamonds dropping, and that's with the club finesse being gone. So 2-no trump is a horrible contract. And that's usually the case when they've bid and raised a suit and our partner's paid a takeout double. That's why you want to play 2-no, not as an attempt to try and play no trump, but just as an attempt to try and find a good fit somewhere. So that you play 4-4 fits instead of 4-3 fits. If you go back and look at 3 clubs, that's let me get so we look at the whole hand. Okay. One more. So if the West hand just said, "Oh, I guess I got to pick a minor. Let's pick 3 clubs," there you're going to lose. Still going to lose the top same 4 high card, 2 spades, the ace of hearts, the ace of diamonds, but you're going to lose at least 1 club trick, probably 2, because the defense has got a lot of capacity to cause you problems. 3 clubs is a much worse contract than 3 diamonds. It's only 1 extra card with a 4-3 fit instead of a 4-4 fit, but when that's the difference in your trump suit, it's a really big thing. So for that reason, you use 2-no trump as a scrambling bid to try and find your best fit. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to do on that one.
Anybody have any questions?
We're okay? All right. Okay, the next one is board 5. Let me upload that. Okay. So the East hand is 16 points, and it's a balanced hand. I've seen people do it, but don't open a no trump with a 6-card major. 5-card majors are possible, but 6-card majors are out. It's a gamble that you just don't need to be taking. So 1 heart. South hand, it's an 11 points in a 5-card suit, but don't think about it. You can't say double because you don't have spades. You're not short in hearts. 2 diamonds isn't overstating the points, but it certainly is overstating this suit. You don't want to bid 2 diamonds on this suit. if it was Queen X of spades and Ace King Queen fifth of diamonds, now we're close to it. Now we're about where a two diamond bid would be. So the shape's okay, the points are okay, but the suit makes it no, don't think about it. So it says pass. West should say pass. Responding should be at least 5 points. There's some experts who love responding with this hand and they just scramble and try and get out, but pass is pretty normal. Okay, so why is it not showing me the north hand? Help.
You didn't,
Oh, God damn it. Oh, never mind.
you
I see
didn't,
what I did.
you
Okay,
didn't pick with West.
ignore most of what I said. North starts with a pass. Now we can get to where one heart, pass, one spade. Undo. Pass. One heart, pass, pass. So the north hand, they're already a passed hand, so they know their partner isn't going to take them for that good a hand. But they're short in hearts, and the alternative is just selling out to one heart. So even though they don't have a hand that's quite strong enough to make an immediate takeout double over a heart, in the balancing seat, the lower level starts about a king lower. So you might even be a little lighter than this, but this is about the strength you promise for a balancing double at the one level in the pass out seat. They haven't promised a fit, but we're short in their suit. We have some values. We've got about the right shape. So this is a pretty normal double. Now, this is one that we see lots of people, when they opened one heart, their plan was they were going to rebid 3 hearts if their partner bid to show extra values and show the 6 hearts and show like about 16 to 19 points. When their partner has passed one heart, you shouldn't do something like that. You don't make the same rebid that you were going to make if partner had responded, because partner can have 0 points. So you want to dial it down by about a king. 3 hearts here would show a really good hand. Like 19 points. Close to a 2 club opener, that kind of hand. This hand, you shouldn't be thinking about bidding 3 hearts, even though that's what you were going to rebid if your partner had responded to no trump. You just want to, but you do want to get in there. So you want to just rebid 2 hearts here. You shouldn't do that on like a 12 count either, but people do, and that's okay. But the big point is that when partners pass your opening bid, a jump rebid shows a really good hand. So don't bid 3 hearts on that one. If you want to do it, you can do it later, but you're okay. So 2 hearts. The south hand shouldn't be interested in game because their partner's a passed hand. And even if they weren't, the balancing double doesn't promise too many points. So they do have a stopper in hearts, but again, the same principle. We don't really want to look for game when they've been showing some values. Let's just once we've got a fit, let's get to that fit first. If we miss 3-0 on some hands, we miss 3-0 on some hands, but I would bid 3 diamonds here. If it went a heart double pass, and that's this hand, that's worth a jump. It's 11 points where you promised 0. But opposite a balancing double, you don't want to jump. And you certainly don't want to jump to the 4 level. Partner's sort of bidding your values for you. So you've got a nice fit in diamonds, you hope. Okay, so that's that. The West hand still only has 3 points, and the Jack of Diamonds is no good. So pass. North is happy. They say pass. East, the queens are not going to be very good on offense when partner doesn't have any values. They might be pretty good on defense. You don't know. Partner could be a singleton or even a void in hearts. And you're vulnerable. 3 hearts wouldn't be a horrendous call, but I think with all of those factors, I think pass is right. All right, so we're playing 3 diamonds. So West is on lead against 3 diamonds. This time we didn't deal you an ace king to lead, so you should lead your partner's suit. And when you have 2 cards in partner's suit, it doesn't matter if this is an honor or not. You lead the top from a doubleton. So 10 of hearts, and they win the king. Okay, so what does East know? East knows that their partner led the 10 and you have the 9. So they know that their partner has 1 or 2 hearts, and they know that their partner doesn't have the queen of hearts. If partner had the queen 10 doubleton, they'd lead the queen. If partner had queen 10 tight, they'd lead the queen. Sorry, if partner had queen 10 third, they'd lead low. So the 10 of hearts essentially denies the queen here. So shifting to a club would be okay. But let's say we start with the ace, continue with the ace of hearts. Now, East should know that South has the queen of hearts. This is sort of going to be a similar defense to board 1. They've got the queen of hearts, and they're going to be able to get a pitch on that, probably a club. And that's probably going to be useful to them. So let's try playing a heart, queen. Now, we know partner can rough this. In the situation where it's going to be over roughed anyway, you want to try roughing as high as possible. And you see, if you pitch here, declare a pitch as a club, and they don't lose a club. If you rough low, the club loser goes. You now eventually are going to get a club trick. We'll pretend. Yeah, you're going to get a club trick, but you're not going to get a trump trick. If you rough this with the jack of diamonds, declarer might be tempted to over rough this. Now, I think you can see the queen of diamonds is going to become a trump trick. This is what's known as an uppercut play. I never actually got the physicality of boxing, but you're sneaking through their defense and hitting them with something, and it uppercuts them with the jack of diamonds. And now if they overruff this, they're going to lose a club, they're going to lose a diamond, and they're going to lose the ace of spades. So that'll be down 1. Now the counter to an uppercut situation is not to overruff. When they play the jack of diamonds, if we overruff this, unless the queen of diamonds happens to be singleton after that, we're going to lose a trump trick. And we've got this club loser. The counteract to an uppercut is pitching a loser. So when it goes a diamond to the jack, declare says, okay, you got me, you promoted the trump, but I'm just going to get rid of my club loser. Essentially, you're trading the club that you were going to lose for the trump that they've now promoted. So you're not going to lose a club anymore. Now it's relatively home free. King, and we can just draw trumps. And now there's no more diamonds. We can rough away the 5 of clubs. And the king, queen of spades, we knock out the ace. And we can claim. So that's 3 diamonds making 3. If you went ace, king of hearts and shifted to hang on, we can't. You do? No. Okay, hang on. Sorry, let me get it back. Come on, you. Why are we not doing anything? Okay. If we played 3 hearts, or any number of hearts. So if they defended hearts, now again, for ace king is usually a good lead. 3, 2. It's a nice idea here to play the queen. The queen and the 10 are the equal when dummy has the jack. And if you play the queen, it might fool the defense into thinking you have a singleton. Doesn't really matter on this hand. Here now they're worried if they play the king of clubs and declare did have a singleton, the jack will be good in dummy. It's going to be tough to get there, but they'll probably shift to a diamond. King of diamonds. And now the best defense here is to actually to play a heart. I'll show you why. If you played a club, now South is sort of end played here. If they play a spade, they're never going to get a second spade trick. If they play a heart, it goes into the ace king jack. That's bad. If they play a diamond, declare can ruff and pitch a spade loser. And if they played a club, declare can also pitch a spade loser. You're still going to beat at one, but if you play back a trump and declare hooks, then you might be able to beat it too. But hearts should take 8 or 9 tricks. So they were about to play one heart. This balancing double pushed them up to 2 hearts and gave their partner. Hang on, let me get back. Can I just reload it? No. Get back to come on, undos, go away. There we go. So you want to not let them play one hard either if you can avoid it. Usually if it goes one of a suit, pass, pass, and you pass, you're either ridiculously light or you have lengthened their suit. But you want to try and reopen as best you can. All right, I think that was it for that one. That one wasn't so much the auction. I sort of wanted to get the uppercut play into your arsenal of tricks to use on defense. And the counter to the uppercut, which is pitching a loser. Okay, any questions yet? All right. The last one of the prepared ones, and then I'll be happy to go over any of the other hands. All right, so board 9. North passes. East has a normal 1 heart opener. South hand, it's the right shape, but it's only 10 high card points. And you don't have a singleton heart. It's a doubleton. It's close, but I don't think I'd double here. This is one that partner might just take you too high if you said double. Pass. The West hand has 10 high card points and 3 card trump support. So lots of people would say, that's okay. Oh, great. That's all I need. I'll make a limit raise with 3 hearts. 4 triple 3. When I was reading bridge textbooks when I was starting, Charles Gorin was one of the textbooks, and when he tried to describe point count, he said if you're 4th triple 3, you take a point away, and that's a pretty good rule of thumb. 4 triple 3s just always play badly, and they're even worse on defense. So even though it's 10 high card points with 3 card support and the ace and king are together, that's a very good thing. I think it's just worth 2 hearts. If you bid 3, okay, but I think you need 10 high card points and a little bit of distribution as well. You just don't have it. East has passed. Now, same principle as before. They've shown a fit. They're stopping light. So we don't want to let them to sell out when we each have it's about the same number of combined points. They have about 20, we have about 20. It's both hands will be somewhere between 17 and 23. Both sides rather will be somewhere between 17 and 23 points. But but the principle is if they have a fit, we're gonna have a fit somewhere. If they have an 8 card fit, we're I think guaranteed to have an 8 card fit somewhere. I'd have to do the math on that one. But you frequently did. Oh, hang on. I passed accidentally. So the south hand wants to reopen here with a double. Again, the same kind of hand. You have support for the other 3 suits. You're not going to be perfect here because the alternative is just selling out to the same contract. So if you had the same high card points, but you were 3, 2, 4, 4, most players, good players, would say double anyway, um, hoping that the spade fit was good enough. You'd like to have 4 spades, but sometimes you don't. Balancing doubles can't be perfect all the time. This is as close to as a good, perfect balancing double as you want. Um, Pass, and then it would be okay to use that tool that we had way back on board 1, the scrambling 2-no. The scrambling 2-no. Diamonds should be okay. The big advantage of bidding 3 diamonds here is it's gonna probably be a better lead than clubs. You probably don't want partner leading a club away from the king or the king jack, whereas a diamond lead is less likely to hurt. So 3 diamonds is okay here. 2-no trump would be fine too. You have the same shape as you did. Just the suit quality is a bit different. East hand should say pass, but let's have them bid 3 hearts. If they don't pass, West should probably bid 3 hearts. All right. And then the North hand should say, we're happy. We've done our job. We've pushed them up a level. Okay. In the play, opening lead. Well, we've got a few choices here. We've got the Queen Jack of clubs. We've got the Queen Jack of spades. Our partners bid diamonds. And there's trumps, but there's no real reason to lead a trump. You might lead it just because you hate everything, but here you've got 3 pretty decent choices here. I would tend to lead the Queen of Spades here. The reasoning is I don't like leading an, even though partners bid them, I don't like leading an unsupported ace against a suit for this exact reason that it'll set up that when Declara has the king, you've set up their king. There's usually not a rush to cash aces against low-level suit contracts. If they're in 5 or 6 or even 4, now there's more of an incentive to cash an ace. But at a low level, try not to lead unsupported aces. You'll get the tricks eventually, and it's more likely to cost a trick than other leads. So between the spades and the clubs, I choose spades because of the 9 of spades. It offers a little more protection. If the 10 of spades was in Declarer's hand, the Queen of spades is almost certainly not going to cost a trick. The Queen of clubs is a little more. The 3-card sequence is better than the 2-card sequence. So for that reason, we lead the Queen of spades. Okay, low here. Again, it's tough to tell if the 10's going to be a valuable card. So you don't want to give count. So Declare wins the ace. Declare. Okay, so let's have them play a spade to the king. And play a heart to the queen. So this is one now, the defense concede, they've got, both partners should sort of know this. They've got the spades locked up. There's no real threat in diamonds. So you want to concentrate on not blowing a trick. You don't want to give up a trick that you can avoid doing. On this hand, it's okay because I sort of manipulated the spot cards a bit so that it won't be too bad. But Ace of Hearts, uh, Declare doesn't have too many choices here. They eventually want to lead towards the King of Diamonds, but there's no rush in that. Spades might be 3-3. Who knows? Let's try the King of Spades. There's no need to knock out the King of Hearts. They're gonna get their Master Trump anyway. There's no real reason to knock out the King of Hearts yet. So that didn't work. Again, you just want to be clear. You want to be passive here. For the same reason that you didn't lead the Ace of Diamonds on opening lead, you don't want to rush and cash the Ace of Diamonds here. Partner might still have the king, but it's not going to go away. It's not. We know it's not going to go away on spades. We've got the clubs pretty much under control. So we want to do what's called a passive defense here. And play the Jack of Spades. And let's have them discouraged and declare roughs. And now we're okay. They can't do anything more really than give the heart. Now we can come through the Queen of Diamonds. And doesn't matter how we do this. Now Declare has to give up a club trick. That's down one. The defense might have been a little. The defense got very active. Like if they play clubs twice, they're going to sacrifice their club tricks. If you want to look at the club situation, they can play it once. Like they can play. Let's go there. They can play the Queen of Clubs. Okay. So after they could play the Queen of Clubs, and that doesn't cost a trick. Because if Declare plays the 10, it can go 10, Jack, King, and the 9 will be high. But then if they... I'm running out of suits here, but... Pretend North is on lead at this point. If North is on lead, now a club sacrifices the club trick. So there's two kinds of defenses. One is let's rush to set up our tricks before Declarer does something. That's the active defense. The other main kind is a passive defense. Passive defenses are much more difficult to execute. You have to do as little as possible and let Declarer do all the work. I actually find it more satisfying than brilliantly cashing the ace and finding my partner with King Queen. Um, the idea that I've given Declarer absolutely nothing. It's a nice thing to do. Partners sort of have to be on the same wavelength to do that. But passive defensives are tough to execute, but when they do, they're very frustrating for Declare. With you give the Declare nothing and they just flail around and they try something and you stick them back in and they have to lead the same thing. It's a neat thing. The big one I wanted to that on this hand where the reopening double is close. Linda had written it up as mandatory. I didn't want to go that high, but if they bid one of a suit and raised it, you want to be very, very aggressive in the balancing seat, making a takeout double or bidding a suit. Just don't let them play. They're fit at a low level when you've got a decent chance of pushing them up higher. All right. I think that was it for the lesson hands. I've got all the other hands here. If there's anybody who had any questions about any of the other hands, I'm happy to try and analyze it on the fly.
Wow.
Quiet bunch, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nobody has any questions? Anything that you played in a different board that you'd like Mike to cover? All right then. Well, Linda will be back next week.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you had a good time with it and enjoyed doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
All righty.